Hi there, I'm Martin Sutton. I'm a multi-platinum songwriter, producer, multi-instrumentalist, and today I'm going to be reviewing the ISOVOX 2. To give you a bit of background about me, I've had 30 years in the music business as a songwriter, as a player, a musician, as an engineer, as a producer. I've done pretty much everything. Historically, I've been in and out of tons of studios, from the very, very biggest down to small bedroom studios. And of course, the big thing is always getting the right sound for everything you're recording. I've been in vocal booths, guitar booths, isolation rooms, both as a player and as a singer, but also as an engineer and a producer, so I've seen it from all sides. Currently I'm in my studio at home, in which I make records for major label artists, independent artists, and I produce a lot of music for synchronization for movies and TV. So I've done tons of work on this place to make it sound as great as possible. Now, being a home studio, I actually don't have the space, nor do I want to take up extra space by creating a big vocal booth. I actually really like it when vocalists are in the room with me and I can talk to them and we can feel the same energy. Some of the issues we face when we're recording vocals in a room are what we call sympathetic resonances. So in this room, I've got a whole rack of guitars here, everything from classical guitars to electric guitars, but also my resonator. And by the very name itself, it resonates. It loves to grab hold of any frequencies it can and then just go whoop in the background. So if we're singing, what we don't want afterwards is this aftertone of a resonator guitar humming away to what we've just been singing, if we've caught one of those string frequencies. I've also got an upright double bass here that I love to bits, but it also catches a lot of frequencies through the F holes, and it has a deep, deep resonance to it, and a very powerful one. And in any kind of room, you get sympathetic resonances. So for example, a radiator might find its very special frequency and hum along, or a window might do it, or a door might do it. So what do we do when we're recording at home? We've got to stop as many of those reflections as possible and isolate the sound the best we can. Now, one of the solutions to this is to build a purpose room that you can sing in. It has absolutely no sound coming into it. But if, like me, you love to have people in the room, then we have to look at other options. I've done all kinds of things like hanging a curtain in the middle of the room, hanging a duvet in the middle of the room. Some people get inside cupboards and sing inside with all of their clothes around them. But ISOVOX have come up with a great solution that I absolutely love. It's called the ISOVOX 2. Now, I guess the best way of describing the ISOVOX 2 is a mini vocal booth, which is also portable. Essentially, it's like a heavily padded box with a beautiful light inside it, into which you can slot your microphone. It stands on a speaker stand and you can sing into it. Now, there's a very cool set of features about the ISOVOX 2 that I'm going to share with you today. The first thing we've got to know about the ISOVOX 2 is it's really, really easy and quick to assemble, which makes it great for people like me who don't have a lot of patience. So it was great to put together. You've got a universal microphone holder. So inside my ISOVOX 2, I've got my beautiful Neumann U87 mic, which I absolutely love to bits. It fits perfectly in there. Now, the build of the ISOVOX is really interesting as well. The back panel of the thing is really, really thick, and the side panels are probably about that thick, and they just absorb everything. The moment you put your head inside it, the sound is dead, and that's exactly what I want. I don't want to be getting frequencies, even bounces off the ceiling and things like that. So it does the job of eliminating those reflections really, really well. And if you want to, there's a flap that can come down behind your head and stop even more. Being a home studio, there are other people that live in my house, including a little baby. Now, noise is a two-way thing. If I'm down here making tons of it, I don't want to be disturbing my partner upstairs who might be trying to watch a movie. Equally so, if she's up there and got the baby and the baby's having fun and screaming happily at the top of his lungs, I don't want that to be coming into my vocal chain. And this is where the ISOVOX is brilliant. When you put your head inside it, get the flap down, you can sing your heart out, and the sound elsewhere in the house is vastly reduced. So for people's comfort, they don't have to listen to me yelping. Equally so, I can go in here in complete peace, knowing that the vocal will be the only thing that's picked up by the U87. Now, I live in the countryside where there's not much noise at all, but I know loads of people that record at home that live in inner cities. They've got trucks going past, cars, people shouting outside. The ISOVOX 2 would be perfect for anybody that's trying to eliminate that outside noise and not disturb their neighbours. Now, thankfully for the world, I don't do a huge amount of singing. The bulk of it in this house is done by my partner and my songwriting partner, my production partner, Kat. She does a lot of session singing and we do a lot of recording in this studio. The moment Kat got into the ISOVOX 2, I knew it was going to be a game changer. Suddenly I felt like I was back at one of those huge studios that used to cost $1,000 a day. The first thing we recorded was a track that we'd written, produced for a synchronization pitch for a TV documentary. It instantly sounded fabulous. It was a breeze to mix and to master, and we got the placement in this TV documentary. So happy days there. More of those, please. So Kat, what does it feel like being inside ISOVOX 2?
Really, really cool. It's like being in your own little recording studio. Feel like you can belt more because you're in this enclosed space. Got really, really cool lighting in there, better sound quality. There's less noise going on. You know, normally in a studio you can pick up the sound of guitars, or you'll hear some background noises outside, a bit of wind or a car or something, whereas this seems to just cut out everything. Yeah, it's lovely not to be able to hear the baby crying if he wakes up.
Okay, so I'm upstairs now and Kat's singing down there. And this is the difference with Kat inside ISOVOX 2. Now I can watch Die Hard in peace.
There's space for a sheet of lyrics or your phone at the front. Surprisingly more spacious than I thought it would be. I actually first thought it might be claustrophobic, not at all. There's plenty of space to be able to move around if you're a bit of a shaker.
I've got to say that part of being in the studio as well is about getting everything looking great. You can probably see some LED lights that I've got going on in the background here. We want to come in and feel that we're in a great environment. When I've had people coming into the studio and they see the ISOVOX 2, they've been blown away. It looks really, really cool too. So I'm very proud to have it as part of my studio. I guess there's some ego coming in there. I try and suppress it when I can, but when we're in our room of toys, we just want it to feel and look great.
I'm really, really impressed with the ISOVOX. The moment I got in this thing, I was like, wow, I want one of these.
So as a quick summary, the ISOVOX 2 looks great. It's really, really easy to assemble. It sounds fabulous. Absolutely pro sound. It makes it a breeze to mix and to master any kind of records. And of course it stops the sounds coming in, it stops the sounds coming out, and it's portable when you need it to. What else could you need? Completely pro all the way.